Hey everyone, and welcome to my first vlog. Today we're gonna go in, out, and around Mayakoba. Here we're getting into our hotel, and this is where we had to check our temperature and our reservations and security. Now this is the cute little entrance that we had to go through in order to get to Andaz Hotel, which is where we're staying at. It was like a little forest jungle. It was beautiful, absolutely stunning. This is the entrance, Andaz Mayakoba, and this is the lobby. Unfortunately, the lobby was closed because of COVID, so I just wanted to take a little tour of the lobby to show you guys how beautiful it is. Here is where we got to take a 5-minute little cart ride to the new reservation area where we would meet a receptionist and she would check us in. These are the stunning views of the pool and the restaurant. To the left here is a gift shop. It's where you can buy anything that you forgot, sunblock. When you arrive, they greet you with these delicious coconut drinks and 2 little hand-painted little cartoons that were painted right there in Mexico. They were so sweet, very nice way to greet your new guests. And this is the pool. This is the walkway to the room, and I just want you to hear how beautiful it sounds. And now for a little room tour. We had a room in the corner, so it was nice and quiet, and we had a card entrance, so everything was touchless. And this is our room. Everything was super clean. These tiles were absolutely beautiful. I loved how they looked. The room was massive, as you can see here. Here is the closet, where you have a iron, your safe box. I guess slippers go in there, but we didn't have any. This is the umbrella that was saran wrapped, and super big closet. The room was just so big. You can see the pillows were also saran wrapped. We had a nice little fan. We had a cute little seating area, and here is the bathroom that was also super large. Our robes were saran wrapped as well. Such a large bathroom here. That is the toilet right over there. Here is a sink and sanitizer again. Here is the shower where the sun would come in every single morning, and it was beautiful. These are the tiles again, also very nice. Super nice touch to have the robes saran wrapped. Everything just felt super clean. Here was a seating area, and this is our private little backyard that we had. Super secluded. Such a beautiful view, great place to sit and have your morning cup of coffee or your morning tea with a view. Here is another side of the pool area. You can see how large it really is from here, and the direct connection to the beach. This is a little seating area that you can just kind of hang out in if you felt like it, and this is the walkway to the beach. This was the beach restaurant that you can have lunch or dinner at. It was right outside of your room pretty much, and you can have lunch or dinner there. This Purell hand sanitizer station was basically throughout the entire hotel. You can have hand sanitizer whenever you felt like it. And this is the beach. They had such cute little beds. You can just lay in, hang out, read a book, have some lunch. They would even bring it over to you if you ordered it at the restaurant. And here are the spectacular views of the beach. The water was so clear. There was a little bit of seaweed in the water because of the season, but otherwise it was so beautiful. And the hotel itself is actually actively trying to clean up the beach every single day, so I thought that was a nice touch that they cared. So one of the activities the hotel provides you free of charge is the Lagoon Eco Tour, and this is the steps that you take right next to the restaurant down to a little ferry boat that you get driven around the entire lagoon, where you get to see other resorts like Rosewood Resort that are also partnered up with Andaz. They're all in the same family, and you get to see so much of the property, and it's really beautiful. There's animals, birds, and you have a private tour. This was our private boat because of COVID. They gave only private tours, and here is the beginning of our tour. And it was just so stunning and incredible to hear all the animals and see all nature live and in action. Just listen to some of the sounds and some of our tour guide in the next clip. This water was so clear. The tour guide actually explained to us that sometimes bats live here at night, and this is some of the water that they use themselves, and it was just such a beautiful thing to see all of this wildlife and all of this nature. And we're back. Such a great tour guide, 10 out of 10. Here are the same steps that we took to go down to the boat, right back up, and we're right back in the breakfast area where the pool's at and the little walkway to get to our rooms. I wanted to give you guys a mini tour of what it looks like to actually walk to our room from this area. This was actually the area that they socially distanced all guests to have in one space, but far apart from one another. And here is the area where you make activity reservations. They have plexiglass everywhere for all the employees to be safe. Here are actually all of the bikes for the next activity that you're going to see pretty soon of us doing. That was also free of charge. Some more Purell, of course. This was our very own bike tour where you get to rent out a bike and you get to basically bike around the entire property. You get to see the lagoon that we were just in and really just look at how large this establishment is. There's so many turns and twists, and it's basically its own private little community, and you get to see all kinds of things in the road, like this bird crossing the street, just kind of chilling. Hey, how's it going? Just crossing the street, no biggie. This was the other side of the resort where there was a fitness center that was actually closed, another restaurant, a kids area. It looks like it was really nice, but unfortunately it was closed, but it was nice to be able to see it and just kind of bike ride and see the things that you can do on property. Even if this hotel had multiple people in it, it's very easy to stay distant from one another. Here's the kids' room. This was actually a little community within the property that before COVID was open to guests of all three resorts. And you can come here and you can eat at one of the restaurants that were here. There's a church, there's a kids game room, there's a bar, there's several restaurants, and it was just a cute little place that you can hang out outside of your hotel room if you didn't want to go actually outside in Mexico. So I thought that was a cool little touch to it. It just felt like a little town. It was a little pueblo, and you can just kind of hang out here and just relax and not be too far away from where you're staying and feel safe at the same time. This little yellow building right here is actually the kids' room arcade, and it was super cool inside. At first I thought, oh, that's so cute. They have 2 little basketball nets and you can have 2 friends playing while somebody else boxes in this little machine. Here's the actually sanitizing station we actually had to use before walking in. And this really cool wall, actually. The art here is amazing. But as soon as you turn the corner, it's like bam, full arcade. So many lights, so many games, so much to do. You literally can do anything here. This is actually the church building. It's open to anyone and everyone who wants to go. This was also very large. It was so beautiful inside, and you can just go in and pray if you'd like, if that's what you wanted to do. It's there available to anyone who wanted it, and it was gorgeous. The whole thing was just so beautiful. This is the cenote at Camp Mayakoba. As you can see, it was closed as well, but that is a cenote down there, and you can only go with a tour guide only at certain times of the day. But unfortunately, they told us that they weren't doing that at the time, which was kind of sad because I really, really wanted to go. Now it's time to get off property and see what the city life is like. It was a little bit more crowded outside of the hotel area, and it was really empty, but it was a lot more full than what I expected it to be. But it was still really nice to see some people outside. There weren't too many places that were open, but there were a lot of restaurants and little bars that were open and still had social distancing and hand sanitizing rules, and this was one of the ones that we went to, Taqueria and Cerveceria Cilia. Right next door was a restaurant that we went to eat at, and before you went to any restaurant, you had to hand sanitize your hands and your feet. Yes, I said your feet. This was the upstairs bar that you got to go, and as you can see, everything was pretty socially distanced. They would stop people downstairs if there were too many people upstairs, and you had to wait in a line to get upstairs. This was one of the few clubs or bars that was actually open, and it was table service for you and your group, and every other table was reserved. And when this is the drunk guy dancing outside, he was really fun.